Hey everybody, we're here for a new episode of the RLG cast. I don't remember what number it is. I'm not even gonna try. I'm here with Putty.
875.
Okay. I'm here with JD. He's also here. Check out their stuff in the description below, and we'll just jump right into this episode. So, the first thing we're gonna talk about when we're talking about it, because we talk about things. Brainiac is supposed to be in the new Superman. Thoughts?
Mhm. I feel it's getting overcrowded now.
Yep.
It's too much.
Oh,
Turning into a Marvel movie.
whoa. Who else is in it though, outside of Lex?
Well, they're saying Apex Lex, and they're hinting at Mr. Terrific and
Now
a bunch of other
Brainiac.
people.
What?
So,
Oh, never mind. I thought it was just Lex sitting there, and I figured
No,
I
no.
forgot it was Apex Lex too. Fuck.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think it's a little overcrowded now. Like we said in the other episode, save Brainiac for Supergirl. The end of Supergirl. Have as a little stinger at the end of Supergirl, and
yeah,
she has to come back to Earth for that.
he can be like a Justice League villain, realistically. Okay. So, we're gonna do touch and go today. So, right
Sounds
now,
sexy.
okay. They're saying for the Marvel movies, since they're doing
Dipping.
lefts and rights all around. So for the next Avengers movie, they're saying Sam Raimi, Ryan Coogler, John Watts, or Jon Favreau.
My money's on Coogler.
My money's on Favreau or Watts.
I was gonna say Fabro. Yeah.
Favreau won't. Favreau's too into Star Wars right now.
That's my argument against it. But here's my thing, okay? Sam Raimi is already in talks for Doctor Strange 3.
Oh, Strange 3, yeah.
And he'll probably do a DC movie, who knows? Ryan Coogler, I don't think cares to be back in making Marvel movies. He didn't even do Black Panther 2, right?
He did.
Well, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, well, anyways, that movie sucked.
It was pretty bad, yeah.
I don't
Maybe that's why he doesn't want to be back in Marvel.
But he has his own thing.
Yeah.
And so does Raimi.
And the Russos want to move away from this now.
But this is the thing with the Russos. I think the Russos were treated better than they actually were because how good those movies turned out.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm saying Watts and Favreau, no disrespect to them.
Mm-hmm.
They're company guys. They're gonna make the movie that Marvel wants.
That the studio tells them
zero
to
discernible
make,
style. It's like hiring JJ Abrams or Ron Howard. You'll get lens flares from JJ Abrams, but it's gonna be a very
studio movie.
It's gonna be a flat studio movie, and I think that's what they want. And going with Watts, who's done all the Spider-Man movies, he knows what he's doing at this point, and those movies are very paint by numbers Marvel movies. Not that they're bad, but I think that's what they want. And Favreau is really that guy too, and both of them are deep into the comics.
Well, they're safe.
And Coogler and Raimi are too deep into their own thing, I think, to want to even do this.
Another thing too, Favreau just did a video with Feige about the 15-year anniversary of Iron Man. And for some reason, I feel like that might have lit a fire for Favreau to go back over to Marvel. You know what I mean? Then
do you think he'll hand the reins to Filoni?
I don't think he will. I think this is okay. So just Mandalorian's going to end before they even start filming this Avengers movie.
And you think so? You think so? It's only going to be one more season of Mandalorian?
They said it's already the next season's the last season.
Okay.
Unless that's wrong, but that's
I heard two. That's why.
Okay. Either way, it feels like he's the guy they're calling in. Fix this. Okay.
Yep.
But do what we tell you to do.
Yeah, but he's that guy.
Yeah.
He has this now, I think, in his head where he's the guy who fixes things, and he likes that.
Well, let me just say this as well. And it's very good if everyone gets a chance, go over to Marvel on YouTube and everything. They have the 15-bit video. It's really great to watch it. And the reason is because they talked about how they took so many chances back then doing this that they were just like, let's just do this and and put it all on the table and see where it goes. And they started playing around with it and everything. And see, we're gonna be getting into something else I want to bring up with the show, which is what's going on with the strike at the moment, because that's going to impact this as well. But I think that's why also Favreau was there, because he did the whole Iron Man thing, but they were able to work. There's so much chemistry between Feige and him working together on that. And I think they're trying to get that back again. So to revamp the Marvel universe, because like, okay, this is where things are going downhill. We have the writer's strike going on. We need to fix this. And I think that's what's going on, is they're sitting there going, we need to look at this as we are doing a reset anyway. So how can we get ourselves to that point where we can get to that?
But there's also a saying that goes, you can't go home again.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's also a saying called Spider-Man No Way Home.
But it's an interesting video because they explain how all the process went with Iron Man, like when it came to like trying to get the approval and everything, and then the whole thing with the Fox. They bring up all that stuff, and it's really entertaining to watch because it's like, oh wow, I didn't really think of how deep this was and how many chances they were taking this movie, and then suddenly it blew up. So,
I think Watts is a safe choice. All the Spider-Man movies have been good. I don't like Homecoming, but it's not a bad movie.
Yeah.
And what they did in Far From Home shows that he can manage a lot of different characters coming in.
Yeah.
It essentially was a multiverse movie. So
it's the first multiverse movie, right?
Yeah.
But
so
I mean, I think that's a safe choice. I'm not a big Coogler fan, but I do think he's a good director, and I think there's better places for his talent than in Marvel. Sam Raimi's just Sam Raimi, and they're not going to let him do that.
Yeah. Ooh, baby.
Okay, moving on. So Deadpool. This is for Putty. With the writer's strike, Marvel has officially banned Ryan Reynolds from doing any improv. Zero improv is allowed.
True? I saw that.
Yes, because if he does improv, he has to gain a writer's credit for it, and they can't give him a writer's credit because he's not in the Writers Guild.
Really?
Yeah. Because if they weren't on strike, it's a different story. But because they're on strike, they can't do it.
Okay, but this is where I'm going to stop everything. And this is actually what I was telling you I was going to bring up before. Here's what's going on with the strike. Apparently, Disney, all these other companies are wanting to settle because they want to get things going. The only company that is not settling right now is Netflix. And it's causing everything to stop, where they're saying everything's going to stop. There's going to be nothing else made. Like, it's a big thing now. And so, which means the Deadpool thing could still happen, where he can still do all that.
Which is crazy, because I don't know if you really took a deep dive. I'll suggest anyone go look it up. I'm not going to bother to explain it to you because I don't want to be the hearsay guy. I can't stop going.
Stop. It's contagious.
I'm not even tired. Yeah, you started it. But they're not asking for a lot. It's just these studios do not want to pay them anything.
Yeah.
And Netflix is at a point where they thought they could get through off hiring like fresh-faced writers that would cost them nothing. But then that also explains why the content has been so bad. Their animated division, they canceled every good show and keep renewing the garbage. Big Mouth is so bad, and they just keep giving it more seasons. The people who made Brickleberry, Brickleberry was fine. Paradise PD sucks, and the new show Farzar is terrible.
Yeah.
Why do they keep giving these people more money? You know why? Because they're not costing them anything to do this.
Yeah.
Those people are just happy to get, they're going to give us a $2 million budget.
Which means they're just sitting there like, no, we're not going to budge on this strike. Then I guess it's like, it's such a weird thing, because they were saying that everything's going to get postponed, but like HBO Max and Disney are both saying, dude, we'll pay. We want to get things going. We got too much work to go on.
Well, and like, I know Disney/Marvel, they've postponed a lot of stuff already.
Yep. Like I'm going to have to postpone. Hey, it's going to give me more time to lose weight and become Deadpool. Because you know what I mean? Because
Deadpool's not delayed.
Well, that's what I keep on wondering.
Deadpool's one of the few things filming, but this is how it goes, Putty. The script was already purchased. So as long as they film the movie exactly as the script, they're not in trouble. It's only if they improv things.
So basically, they're gonna have to go back to put improv in there for fun,
which is probably what they will do. They'll probably go back later to add things.
Well, that is good.
Logan, what's his name? Hugh Jackman posted all his his pictures of his new beard that he's getting ready.
Here's the thing, that actually might be good, because if they do this straight and narrow, but then they think of stuff they could use later on. Oh, write that down. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how that works. I mean, well, actually, no, they can't write that
anything
down.
But the thing is, sometimes ad lib, it's like, especially with someone like Ryan Reynolds, it's spur of the moment, right? It may not work down the line. You know what I mean? You can't say, oh, this, and then a year later, go back and refilm it because, oh, remember when that was funny? It may lose its, you know what I mean? Its luster, or its,
I don't know.
It could come across as not genuine or something, you know?
So which means this could be absolutely kind of good or really scary. Now that
it can go in either direction.
Jeez, that's not good. Oh, I'm not liking the signs.
Okay.
Oh, buddy.
So Fast and the Furious sucks. I'm not gonna watch it, but I heard it's terrible. Indiana Jones is apparently terrible. I think we touched on that previously. It's a weird time for movies. I do know someone. I know a few people actually who have seen The Flash, and they've all said that it's very good.
Okay.
I got my ticket already for that.
That, like, it was shockingly good. They couldn't believe, they weren't expecting it to be that good.
Okay.
So that's good. Plus is, obviously there's no in-depth reviews because
there's an embargo.
The embargoes haven't been lifted.
I got to watch me some Batman this weekend. I'm saying I'm about to do some Batman. Get prepared.
Rosa Salazar,
Captain America, right?
has signed in for Captain America. Apparently, she's going to play the villain. We don't know what the villain is yet, officially. So we do know that the Serpent Squad, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
That are
Serpent
led
Society?
by Valentina. Yeah. Are going to be in it, and one of them will be Seth Rollins.
Yes.
Oh,
Seth
really?
Rollins, yeah.
That's
why he's been off TV for a long time. He's filming it right now.
Oh, that's
great.
Cool. Actually, I like that. That's really good.
Spoiler for a review that probably already dropped.
Wow. Yeah, it did, definitely, because this is going to come out in probably way later than we filmed it.
Okay.
But yeah, so there's also was another one. Adeline Rudolph has been cast in Mortal Kombat 2 as Katana. And
wait, where's she look? Oh, who's she? I gotta know.
Exactly
like Katana.
It's
from the game. Yeah.
I'd be happy with that. That's true.
Yeah,
yep.
it's a good casting choice.
We'll let you Google it post talk here.
Post show, yeah.
But yeah, I was surprised, like, holy crap. Just, did anyone watch John Wick 4?
Not yet.
I watched part of it.
It's not very good.
No, the action is good, but the story's weak. That's why
is it probably the worst one of all of them?
Yeah, it's pretty close between that one and the first one for me. Like, I would say they're both like 7s. It's just debatable which one do I like.
For me, I think, like, I haven't watched it all, but it's the weakest of the 4.
Yeah, it's down. I don't understand the praise for it. People listen to this. Okay, so straight up internet chirp squad. There's a guy, I don't know what his name is. He's actually a YouTuber. I believe he has a decent sized following. He posted a thing saying John Wick 4 is the greatest action movie ever made. Come at me or whatever. Prove me wrong. But listen, this is what I hate about the internet. If you're gonna do this, don't say such stupid things in your argument that makes the person saying a stupid thing look like they have a valid argument. Yeah. So he goes, it's absolutely not the best action movie ever. And he goes, tell me a better action movie. He goes, the Fast and the Furious franchise and all of the MCU. And I was like, you just fucked this up for everyone. Because, like, it's not hard. You could just say Mission Impossible. Even the shitty Mission Impossible is just as good as the John Wicks. It's like, I don't know. You could have named 100 movies: Aliens 2, Terminator 2, Terminator 1. Like, we can go on forever. Mad Max Fury Road. I'm not going to do this. But yeah, and it's like, I don't get it. There's multiple people out there that are like, this is the best. No, it's not. It's the hand-to-hand has gotten worse through every movie. And in this movie, it's like you could take a nap, Putty, wake up, and they'll still be doing the hand-to-hand fighting scene.
Oh, it's like an episode of Dragon Ball where it's like over 6 episodes of building up the spirit bomb.
It's not even that. They're like, it's like watching Mr. Burns fight.
Yeah. But then again, we also got to look at it as a generational thing as well.
But it doesn't mean that other movies are not good.
But, like, for example, a Gen Z will not look at Terminator 2 the same way they'll look at John Wick 4. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
But I wasn't
Because that
born
movie's
when Aliens
quote-unquote
came out,
old.
and I still think Aliens is excellent.
Yeah, Terminator 2 is
The
almost
best action movie of all
see,
time.
It's a 35-year-old movie. Who's going to go back and watch a 35-year-old movie?
People
But
want to see the best action movie of all time.
I'm gonna stop you guys there and say this right now. I'm gonna use another YouTuber out there promoting him. Sorry, but I think everyone
Promote
loves him.
whoever you want at this point.
ABGN, Angry Video Game Nerd, the whole Cinemassacre crew over there. You know what I mean? There's still an audience that watches that kind of stuff over there because there still is a movie audience that likes movies since we've had movies. You know what I mean? Like all the old movies that go back, like, you know, when we were growing up, we'd watch these old movies that were before our time because it was just fascinating to.
But there was also nothing else to watch. Now with the amount of variety and stuff you can on demand, we did not have on demand.
Yes, and with all of that ability to watch all the things, you should know that John Wick 4 is not the best action movie of all time.
That's where I'm. That's
it's
where
not even the best John Wick movie. John Wick 3 is so much better than all the rest of them that I just. But then again,
like, you know, when you're 10 years old and the only thing on TV is Predator, and you lock everybody in the base.
Hey, you know what? Predator. But that's another one. That's a better action movie. Commando. Like, if we're talking dumb, let's throw the writing in the garbage. There's so many better action movies than John Wick. Okay, I've been on a Jackie Chan like kick. Obviously, you've seen it. Anyone who follows me on Instagram knows I bought like every Jackie Chan movie that exists. The movies are so bad, like so god awful. I've watched a few that don't even make sense. By the time you get to the end of the movie, it looks like they took 3 different movies and just stitched them together. Okay,
Street Fighter arcade scene. You know what movie is that? That's a prime example right there.
There you go. But the fight scenes in every movie are like mind blowing, and these are like in the 80s and the 90s. What he's doing, they're doing it practical. He's doing 9 takes of jumping off a building through a window through a ladder. You know what I mean?
Breaking his legs and
John Wick is like, all right, stand in front of this CGI screen. Now do a low kick. Okay, let's pause for 15 minutes and swing your arms around a bit. Like, I'm telling you, this is my comparison. And I'm not knocking on it crazy because I still give it a 7. I think it's a fine. It's a good action movie, but it's not a top tier, especially for its flaws in the writing department.
Still watch it basically.
The characters are so bad, like they're so cookie cutter, and the actors have nothing to work with at all. But the cinematography is great. Anyways, I'm digressing. I compare this to watching a new wrestler. I didn't want to specifically say a female wrestler, and this is going to be taken out of context because you probably haven't seen the wrestling podcast if you're on this channel, but you can go check out JD's and see all the wrestling stuff. But in women's wrestling, especially, not that men don't do it, but when they're greener, when they're new, and they're fighting, it's a lot of I'm moving around trying to find where I'm supposed to be, and then the other person taking way too long to do what they're supposed to do, and then it just ends up being 2 people standing around and not doing anything. That's
my favorite is the run.
Fight scenes are in John Wick.
My favorite is the run, stop, and then do the move because they have to think about what they have to do.
I went back, okay, just to not be such a dick. And I watched every single scene of John Wick, the fight scenes, in 1.25x, and they were still slow. It was still slow. I was like, how is this possible? I tried 1.5 after and it was too fast. But
that's so surprising compared to the other John Wicks where they like
John Wick 3, my biggest gripe with John Wick 3 is the hand-to-hand fighting. It's so slow. The other guy that they got from
but does it get slower than that?
We Own the Night. What?
Would you say 4?
Yeah, John Wick 4 is even slower. It's like you can tell he's an old man now and he can't do this. Number one, and
60, man.
And he's also not a martial artist. Yes, he's become trained in those arts later in life, but Jackie Chan was like born a stuntman. Do you know what I mean?
You gotta remember, he was training that kind of stuff though during the Matrix, so he kind of does have that background.
Yeah, he does. But I'm saying he got that training. He came in his 30s. Jackie Chan's always been doing that, and you could see it in the fight scenes. And
shout also out to Jackie Chan, stuntmaster on the PS1.
Exactly. Thank you. I should have wore the shirt. But when you go back, we're rocking Beetlejuice.
Oh, dude.
No, we doubled up. Double Beetlejuice.
Putty, you got the live action. I got the animated.
Yeah, right. We did it big. But what a lot of things the old kung fu movies do, especially throughout the 80s, not like the 70s ones do it, but like the 80s ones really do it. The Jet Li movies and stuff. Yeah. What they do is when they're getting into a fight scene and it's getting really hyped up, they turn up the speed a bit. I think they film with like a different camera so they could like fast forward it, and they start moving like really fast, and it looks awesome because you're like, holy crap, these guys are going so fast. And you're watching John Wick, he's like, hiya, brother, hiya.
See, let me ask you this: outside of maybe, actually, I forgot his name right now. Jason Statham. Do you really think we ever? Because you got to think we had Jean-Claude Van Damme at one point. I guess you could put Steven Seagal. Was he really ever?
No, I wouldn't.
I mean, okay, hold on. Let's talk Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal has like a few bangers. Okay, Under Siege is good.
Out for Justice.
Out for Justice. We're in a journey, my brother.
And I'm gonna keep coming back until somebody remembers seeing Richie.
Yeah, that's good. Nailed it. But there's a few good in his peak these Seagal movies. Mind you, he's a jackass. But
speaking of Under Siege, go watch our Under Siege review for Impact.
Yeah, Putty, so where were you going with this? I cut you off and I got lost.
No, but oh god, I think I even lost my thought. No, basically, it doesn't feel like there's that much of that. Because remember, back in the day, you would have that. You would have like a Jean-Claude Van Damme. You would have Chuck Norris. These are like icons. Like there were the martial arts.
Stallone.
Yeah, well,
even if he wasn't martial arts,
martial arts. Okay, you had Chuck Norris, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Chow Yun-fat,
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. Those are like the biggest people.
Okay, so what do we have now outside of Jason Statham that's been here for a while? There doesn't feel like there's anything.
Yeah, but Jason Statham even now is
The Rock.
Yeah,
I mean, not kung fu fighting. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's a fair point. I guess that style of movie kind of just left. You know, it's starting to get popularized again with John Wick. Actually, you know what? We're idiots.
What's it? Donnie Yen
back.
Yeah,
Donnie Yen has been around. Okay, he's still going. Ong Bak, Tony Jaa. Ong Bak and the Protector started a whole new style of fighting where I can't remember the name of it, where they use the elbows and the knees, and that became a whole thing. And then you have the new guy. Oh my god! Somebody look up his name. The guy from The Raid. And the team from The Raid has been making all those new movies, and they're all amazing, like fight scenes. The one on Netflix called Into the Night or We Are the Night. The fight scenes are insane.
I regret saying this, and I know you guys are gonna get mad.
You didn't watch The Raid. It's fine.
Hold on, stop. I've never seen The Raid. I've also never seen Old Boy.
Yeah, but okay. Old Boy is not really a fighting movie. There's just that one epic scene.
Oh, okay. Well, that's how I know it. And I'm like,
it's more of like a well-made movie. Like it has fight scenes, but it's like known for that.
Aiko Uwasi.
Yeah, and he's like, so they're the whole team behind those movies is like choreographers, right? So one you could easily watch, Putty, and it's probably the worst one that they have of the mainstream stuff. I think it's called We Are the Night or Into the Night. It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix movie, and it's literally nonstop. Like when I say nonstop, I mean from the start of the movie. It's just people getting chopped with butcher knives and machetes all the way until the end of the movie. Just like fight. You don't even know how they're alive. And it's so amazing, the choreography. You're like, wow.
It's like you're watching a live action
Sleeping
Dogs.
Exactly.
You're going to type in the chat because I'm going to forget the name of this.
We're going to be here all night. Yeah. They're going to go. They're the people who choreographed the entire John Wick 3 movie. And that's like where I realized that the hand-to-hand combat was bad because the main guy who had to fight him at the end of the movie is like, I know I've seen his movies. He's amazing. He's one of the better martial artists in all of film and TV. And he had to keep slowing, like his fighting pace was so slow to fight Keanu. And it's like, you could see Keanu's holding him back from really being able to go. Not to mention... F John Wick 4 for making Donnie Yen blind so he couldn't go all out. How the hell?
Twice now, Donnie. Isn't that twice now? He's been blind.
He was blind in Star Wars.
In Rogue One.
How is Donnie Yen going to go all out in a movie when his character is blind?
I think that's what it is. They don't want him to be overpowered because.
You need him overpowered. That's why I'm watching Donnie Yen. I don't watch Expendables to watch Jet Li use a gun. Somebody write that down, okay?
Good point.
Like that, you know what I mean? We didn't watch Expendables to see Stone Cold shoot guns. We wanted to see him stunner somebody. That's why we came.
Hell yeah.
We didn't watch the Chaperone to watch Triple H drive kids around in a school bus. We watched to see him beat up little kids.
We did not watch
The Chaperone.
Watch John Cena sell drugs.
I was just
Chaperone, 12
I was just
rounds.
waiting for him to stop the bus and just pedigree a child. And
we did not watch the Marine just to see the miss.
yeah, like we didn't watch the Marine at all because fuck the Miz. Shout out to John Cena. Okay.
Oh, you know what?
This is funny.
I think that'll be a good tier list.
Yeah.
Bad WWE films.
You know what? We're gonna check that out because we're gonna drop a bunch of tier lists coming up soon. If you're watching,
there's a lot I haven't seen though. I will say that though. But yeah, I got you.
They're all gonna be. There's just gonna be two categories: shit and shitter.
Shittier.
Shit, shitter, and shittier.
I don't know. It was the one with the Santino Jingle All the Way too. That wasn't too bad.
Off. There's one with Stone Cold that's not bad.
The Condemned.
Is it the Condemned? It's okay. Actually, I think there's a John Cena one that's okay too.
The Marine?
Is it the Marine? I don't think I've seen the Marine.
There's 12 rounds. Maybe it was it 12 rounds.
I know. Who cares how many rounds?
There's a Dean Ambrose one.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. He's in something recent too. John Moxley's in a wrestling movie. I don't remember what it's called. Anyways, I don't give a
See
shit.
No Evil wasn't too bad.
Yeah, okay. The Goldberg movie wasn't too bad either. Santa Slay or whatever the hell it's called.
Slay.
It's the worst movie ever, but it's so worth it just to watch him kill all those celebrities in the first 2 seconds of the
Santa
movie.
with muscles.
Oh, that's a great movie. But all Hogan movies are not WWE related, I believe.
No
Holds Barred.
Like Suburban Commando was not.
Nothing are owned by WWE. That's why they got mad at him for going to make movies.
Wait, No Holds Barred wasn't? I thought that
one was. That's why they brought it. Okay. Yeah, No Holds Barred was. Okay. It was afterwards. That's why they got mad at him. Was he did Suburban Commando and he did Mr. Nanny.
I love Mr. Nanny. I'll die on that hill. It has Jefferson. What's his name? George Jefferson.
I don't know if I told you guys this
Suburban
before.
Commando had the Undertaker.
I don't know if I ever told you guys this before, but there's a line in Suburban Commando where he's like talking about, you want to beat me up. He's like, no, this is the 90s. We're going to sue you. That guy, his wife works at the local video store. And they have.
Why do I feel like I know this?
Because I think I might have told you this story, actually.
When would we have talked about this?
I don't know.
Why would we talk about Suburban Commando in general?
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, finish your story.
Weird. Well, no, that was just it. It was just amazing because I actually got to meet him because he would work at the store when he was.
Did he sue you?
No, he did not. But
I don't care.
Did he sign your VHS of Suburban Commando?
Okay, so okay, it's funny you say that because they did sell that movie a lot. There's a whole bin of those. So yes, I had a copy signed. It was not that big of a deal to get a signed copy with him. It's not worth anything, but yes, they had a bin where they had signed copies. You can
That's awesome.
That were like higher prices.
Awesome.
So his wife was literally just selling signed copies of Suburban
Commando. Of course, yeah.
I gotta get me one of those on eBay. I'm gonna type it in North Carolina.
Suburban Commando.
Indiana. This is Indiana.
Indiana Suburban Commando.
Indianapolis Jones.
Indianapolis Jones. The best of the Jones family. Why did he name him Indianapolis Jones? I forget.
Because Randy was wearing the hat with the khakis and no shirt.
No. Isn't Indiana Jones's real name Indianapolis?
No, it's Henry Jones Jr.
Wow, what? Get out of town.
Last Crusade.
Oh yeah, his name is Henry Jones Jr. What the hell am I talking about? Oh, I just realized that in my own head. Hey,
I just remember Ricky going to Randy. Why the hell you dressed up like Indianapolis Jones?
Why you dressed up like Indianapolis? Okay, anyways. Oh my gosh, there was such a good thing that happens in the wrestling thing today. Somebody looks like Conky.
Oh.
And I was like, you should just dress up as Conky. I don't remember what it was.
Night of Champions?
Oh, I don't know. It's something there. Conky Rhodes. Just like, do it big. Yeah. Indianapolis Jones apparently is not good. We talked about this probably already. But that's not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Why how are you gonna end a movie franchise twice and both times wasn't very good?
And this is it. He said this is it for him.
Yeah, and let's be honest, you're batting 2 for 5 now in the series.
And the funny part about it is you ended on a high note with a trilogy, by the way, with Last Crusade, and then all of a sudden go Crystal Skull, and then this is like, what are you doing? You just shit on the.
Well, this is slightly better than Crystal Skull. They're saying.
No, they're saying Crystal Skull. This is the lowest rated by far.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's thankfully there's people out there. I love you. I love all of you individually. Thank you. Who have turned the tides for their feelings on Crystal Skull and have accepted it as the third best of the franchise. Because
I need to
yes,
watch it.
Temple of Doom is dog shit.
No, I'll die on the Temple of Doom.
And I
hill.
will die on my hill.
I've got to watch Crystal
There's
Skull,
actually
so
a really good video. If I remember, I'll send it to you guys, where someone breaks down a whole thing about what how like the process of making Crystal Skull and how it started in the 90s. And the original script they had was from oh my god, I can't remember his name, but he was like he wrote Shawshank Redemption, Frank Darabont.
Yeah, Darabont.
And he wrote them the original script and they didn't want to do it. And he's like, are you guys crazy? Like he's in the video. There's like clips of the interview that like this movie's great. And then they were like, yeah, this movie's great. Spielberg's like, it's great. And George Lucas didn't like it. So whatever happened, they started filming and then Independence Day came out, or they started planning it. And then they're like, oh, it's way too similar to what they wanted to do. Cause they were going to do Aliens no matter what. And then they're like, oh, yeah, Spielberg called Lucas and he's like, do you see that new Roland Emmerich movie? It's amazing. We can't do this. You got to cancel it. So they canceled it. They rewrote the script. They planned to bring it out later. And apparently that version of the script was so confusing. It didn't make any sense. So they just slept on it. And then we ended up later getting the movie would be Crystal Skull. But yeah, that's pretty interesting take. There's a lot of really interesting takes.
I'll reserve judgment for until I watch it.
I'll reserve Judgment Day.
Well, anyway, when is Spielberg going to put out ET2? We need him to return to Earth. You know, I mean, ET2 to return to Earth.
There already is ET2, the extra testicle, Cheech and Chong.
Eddie Torres.
I'm ET2, the extra testicle.
Me.
Yeah, me. We would love to see Mr. Burt Reynolds and Dolly Parton.
Mr. Reynolds.
Mr. Reynolds and Dolly Parton. Remember that? And that they think that they're Burt Reynolds and Dolly Parton. Classic. Classic, right, Putty?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to give you one chance right now. Shut up. Everyone, just yell out, what's the best Cheech and Chong movie?
Actually, Nice Dreams, I think.
Nice Dreams.
No,
Up in Smoke.
Up in Smoke, baby.
Up in Smoke, yeah.
Up in Smoke.
I don't know, but see, I like Nice. I think the reason I like Nice Dreams.
Wait, what's the second one?
Nice Dreams.
Yeah.
What's the third one?
Nice Dreams was
Still Smoking.
Actually, isn't Still Smoking the one with the Ajax, or is that?
No, that's Up in Smoke.
Okay, yeah, that's the best one.
Yeah, that's Up in Smoke. Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Still Smoking is the Mr. Reynolds one.
Yeah, the Still Smoking is Mr. Reynolds.
Yeah.
The Still Smoking is basically just half a movie and half a comedy show.
Yes, sketch comedy, yes.
Yep.
But Up in Smoke had Mexican Americans don't like to get up early in the morning.
They also had that song in Born in East LA.
Yes. But that was the movie Born in East LA.
In East LA.
That was the movie Born in East LA.
Yeah,
though.
Born in East LA.
Yeah. But that wasn't a Cheech and Chong movie.
It had the vibes. It had the vibes. It had Pee Wee Herman, which is very important.
Like any kid watching this video would know who Pee Wee Herman is.
Hey guys, thank you for watching. Tell Putty he looks like Pee Wee Herman, and peace out.